April 19, 1775, 800 British soldiers were dispatched from Boston to seize and destroy the Colonial Arsenal in Concord. Lieutenant Colonel Francis Smith was placed in command of the expedition. His orders from General Thomas Gage were, having received intelligence of the quantity of ammunition, provision, artillery, tents, and small arms, having been collected at Concord for the avowed purpose of raising and supporting a rebellion against His Majesty, you will march with the corps of grenadiers and light infantry, put under your command with the utmost secrecy to Concord, where you will seize and destroy all military stores, whatever. But you will take care that the soldiers do not plunder the inhabitants or hurt private property. You have a draft of Concord on which is marked the houses, barns, etc., which contain the above military stores. Colonel Barrett's house was on that list. Colonel Barrett had been riding back and forth between the position of his militia units and his farm all morning to oversee the removal of the remaining stores. When the regulars entered Concord that morning, Colonel Smith sent Captain Lawrence Parsons with about 200 soldiers to secure Northbridge and to search Barrett's farm. In fact, here they come now.
This is the place here. Yes, sir. My wife, they were a long way from the village, horses back in Paul. You should have particular care out here in the country. You see all the militia? They're massing on the hills back by the bridge. You're concerned.
No need to worry, Ensign. I've left Captain Laurie. 100 good British soldiers to be able to hold off any rabble.
Well, even still, sir, I think that, and I'm nervous. The sooner we're back in Boston, the better.
We didn't make much of a story. Walk right under it.
But I think this is complicated.
I understand, Mr. Ensign. Sergeant, prepare to search the house.
Company, fill your pilots.
What did you need here? My husband, the colonel, is not at home. I would much prefer you not enter this house. It is private property.
Nevertheless, we have our orders. Sergeant, search the house.
The front.
Check it top to bottom. Leave no stone unturned. Madam, we have been walking long today, and we're tired and thirsty and hungry. Might you have some food?
As you wish, Captain. Will cider do, and bread and cheese?
We would rather beer, but cider will do. Sergeant! A table! 3 chairs! Now! I think we should have a little more. Yes.
Can you put it down here for me, thanks?
Three chairs.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, madam. This is the sort of thing we need after a long march.
Is this home cider? Did you grow it here in New York?
It is. We pressed it ourselves.
Back in that one.
Of course we'll pay.
There's no need to
Pay me.
sir.
We are commanded to feed our enemies should they be hungry.
Enemies? Are we your enemies? Mrs. Barrett?
So let us see.
Marching into a peaceful
Peaceful
town,
town.
forcing your way into private homes does not exactly make you our friends, does it? What exactly do you expect to find here?
We have word that members of your town have armed against us, and we have stores of military supplies here, which we seek to find and destroy.
We are well within our rights.
To keep armed, sir.
Not to rebel against royal authority.
Rebel.
So you say
You should know that we have obeyed the laws of Massachusetts and of England. And Parliament does not have a right to take away our rights with a stroke of the pen.
sir.
What's all this? What have you got here?
Sir, we captured Colonel Barrett.
Colonel Barrett.
Hold him prisoner.
Yes, we will hold him prisoner, we will take him back, and we will try him.
That is not the colonel, it's my son!
Let him go. He's done no harm.
Are you sure that is your son?
Of course I am sure. I would not know my own husband from my
Son?
son.
What kind of fool question is that?
Well, this is the Bay Colony, and I understand you live here, but I believe you, release that man, that boy.
Stephen, what are you doing here? Why aren't you with your company?
I was with them. I was directing them into the center. When the British arrived and held the North Korea, I was directing them to the south. They'll never take back the Boston. The whole countryside is alarmed.
Oh, Lord, I pray it does not come to that.
Sergeant! Have you found anything?
Nothing's up.
Keep looking. Keep looking! There must be something in this house.
Found nothing, sir. Just a barrel of feathers.
You found a barrel of feathers.
Yes, sir. Feathers.
How appropriate. White feathers for the Bay Colony. Sergeant! Gather the men! Form up!
Okay, fall in!
Now, thank you all. Although you protest your Christian duty, this here is
Young man, this will be the price of blood.
now you can see why I want to get back to Boston.
Sergeant! Move them out!
Front, back, line. All right. Clear.
Barrett's farm was the furthest any British unit advanced into the Massachusetts countryside on that day. While making their way back to Concord from Barrett's farm, the worst case scenario occurred. Captain Lowry and the British soldiers at the North Ridge were driven off by over 400 colonial militia. Despite Captain Lowry's failure to hold the bridge, Captain Parsons' men did recross the bridge unopposed. This was just the beginning. From Concord, the British soldiers would have to conduct a fighting retreat back to Boston through swarms of colonial militia. Overall, they suffered 273 casualties that day, including Captain Parsons, who received a painful wound in his arm. The British mission to seize and destroy arms in Concord was, for the most part, a failure. Thanks to the careful guidance of the Provincial Congress and the tireless efforts of Colonel James Barrett, most of the stores in Concord were moved safely beyond the reach of the British. The British did find some supplies in town, but not in the great quantities they expected. More importantly, instead of preventing an armed rebellion, the mission to Concord, in fact, precipitated a war. That war would continue for more than 8 long years and resulted in the independence of the 13 colonies from Great Britain and the establishment of the United States of America. Thank you.